Hey, good morning, friends. Thanks for being here today. We're just going to take a few opportunities here in the month of November to think and to reflect. Last week we were off and I was gone. I was blessed with the opportunity to go on a spiritual retreat for 48 hours and just be away from everything. And it truly was an immense blessing. Because as I went on this retreat, I didn't have much of an agenda. I had some things that I thought I would like to do, and I was able to do those. And one of those things was to walk a labyrinth. A labyrinth is a maze on a ground that has one way in and one way out. And as I went into the labyrinth, I had one word roaming through my mind, and that was to surrender to whatever was going to take place while I walked that labyrinth. And I went in like I go into everything, fast and ready for whatever was going to come my way. But what I experienced was something that I was not expecting. The labyrinth slowed me down. It slowed my pace, it slowed my walk way down, and then I was just focused on walking it and surrendering to what the Lord wanted to bring to me through my time in that maze. As I worked my way around the labyrinth, I got closer to the center, and I thought that I was almost there. But then the next thing I know, the path is taking me further and further away. And what a blessing that was, because it's so much like our lives. So often we get closer to Christ and His love and His mercy and His grace for us and living out this life as followers of Jesus. But then the maze of life takes us away. We don't completely surrender to what He is calling us to be and calling us to do. And so I continued on that path with that thought in my mind. And then, on the outside, you could see that you're getting closer and closer back into the center, back into the focus on where it needed to be. And as I made my way into the center of that labyrinth, my focus was once again on where God wanted it to be. His intent of slowing me down was to focus back in on Him, to surrender to Him all the struggles that I was facing, all the cares and concerns over to Him for my family and my place of work and all that stuff, was just surrender to Him and allow Him to speak to me and say, slow down, I got this. And after I was blessed with that, I then was able to walk back out the same way I went in. And once again, be reminded of the focus that Christ had for me. As I surrendered to Him those struggles, those cares, and those concerns, He brought me back as I stepped out and looked to the east, to the focus on where my life and your life needs to be. My eyes were brought up to the top of the monastery where the cross had now been hit by the sun and cast a shadow across the roof of the monastery itself. And that was the final blessing of walking the labyrinth for me, that my focus as I stepped back out into this world, into this life, was to surrender to Christ, His love, His mercy, and His forgiveness, and to trust Christ and God that He has this all figured out for me. So friends, I just wanted to share with you a little bit of what God blessed me with as I was able to retreat and be refreshed and reflect on His love, His mercy, and His grace. Be blessed.